What's going on, boys and girls? We're going to do a really quick recipe here. If you're on some type of a keto diet, or if you're vegan, or you just don't want anything with meat in it, this is a really good low-calorie diet. I'm using rutabagas and I'm using carrots in this, and we're going to use a bunch of spices. And it's just a mixture I've put together. I'm eating this in lieu of eating potatoes. Alrighty, you don't have to do it like I do. You can go to the store and just get you a regular old medium-sized rutabaga. The store that I use actually sells these already cut up, which kind of saves you some time. These are some baby rainbow carrots here, and then we're going to use a little bit of chicken broth, which I already have over here boiling a little bit, and we're going to use some Tony Chachere's, a little bit of paprika, some thyme, and some nutmeg. And it's going to make a really good combination. All right, so first of all, we're gonna rinse off these rutabaga. Yeah, they come. I'm sure they say they come washed and everything, but you never know, man. You know, you get stuff from the grocery store. You don't know who packed it. If they did something kind of gross before they packed it, so you kind of want to rinse that stuff off. I always do. And another thing it does is it gives you a chance to go through and make sure you don't have any bad pieces in there, anything like that. See, that might be one that you don't want to use. Actually, that's not too bad right there. That's not too bad. So we're going to cook the rutabaga first because the rutabaga is going to take longer. And again, this is just some chicken broth here. You can use regular water if you need to. I just wanted to use some chicken broth because it'll give it a little bit of flavor. I'm going to bring that up to a boil. And again, if you notice, I don't have a whole lot of it in there. You can always add some more where it kind of covers it, but you don't really need to. Alrighty, and through the span of time, we're going to let that start boiling, and we're going to let it boil for about 30 minutes or so. Rutabaga is a tough vegetable. It's a little bit tougher than potatoes, so you want it to boil for 20, 25, 30 minutes. Usually about 30, because you want it to be real tender, because we're going to make this into a mashed concoction, if you can use that word. Alrighty, it's been about 20 minutes here. So we're going to check the texture of the rutabaga. Okay, that's kind of how you want them. So that's been about 20 minutes. So I'm glad I didn't do it for 30. So now we're going to add the carrots to it. The carrots are not going to take that long, you know, maybe about 10 minutes. And again, same thing, you know, yeah, the carrots came in a bag that says, you know, green wise, peeled, washed, and ready to eat. But like I said, you never know, guys. So I always try to at least wash them, just to be on the safe side. We're probably going to have to add a little bit of water to the rutabaga, just because I don't think there's enough in there. Okay, I added a little bit more chicken broth. I said water a little while ago, but chicken broth is what I put in there. Then we're going to add our carrots in there. And again, I haven't put any seasoning in here yet. So we're going to let this, we're going to let these carrots soften for about 10, 15 minutes or so. I'm going to bring it up to a boil, let them soften. Alrighty, same old. Again, let it boil, bring it up to a boil, let it boil for about 10 minutes or so. Just come back and check on it in 10 minutes. Alrighty, it's been about 10 minutes on the carrots. Let's see how the carrots are. They're tender. They're not so tender. I think we'll go another maybe 5 more minutes with those. Let's kind of jumble them around a little bit here. All right, it's been another 10 minutes here. We're going to check on the texture of our carrots. They're still not like I want them to be. Heck, I thought the carrots would take short amount of time. Some of them are, some of them aren't, but I'm going to add a little bit more because this water is about to boil off of this. I'm going to add a little bit more chicken broth here. And we're going to boil them another 10 minutes. Heck, I should have put them in at the same time. You know, sometimes you got to experiment, guys. All right, let's try this one more time here. See if everything is tender now. I think it probably is. Yeah, it is. There we go. All right, we're going to pour off some of this fluid here. All right, we're going to pour off some of this here. Because we don't want all the fluid in there. Come on, get in there. Then we're going to put it back in the pot. Keep your heat on, and you want to kind of cook off some of that moisture that's down in there. Now is when you want to add your spices in there. So we're going to add a little bit of our Tony Saturies here, just a few sprinkles. Add some of our nutmeg, again just a small amount. You don't want to overdo it with your nutmeg. Add a little bit of paprika, just a few sprinkles, again, not a whole lot. I mean, you don't want to put a teaspoon of that in there. And then we're going to add a little thyme. Now, thyme, you can kind of you can put a lot of that in there. So about a tablespoonful of thyme. Now what we're going to do is just take a masher. And again, this is that Copper Chef type of cookware. So it's supposed to be scratch resistant. And so far I've been kind of impressed with it that it is. Because I don't do this a lot in this particular pan because I don't want to mess it up, you know. So we're just going to mash it. And you know, I said we're going to make this, but I'm going to add a little bit of butter to this because I want it to be kind of creamy. And I'm probably going to add a little bit of cream cheese as well. And I didn't include that in the very beginning. Okay, so I put about a tablespoon of ghee in there. Now you can use butter if you want to. And I also put in about 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. And we're just going to mash that and kind of mix it up. I know people don't like to hear metal inside of a metal pan, so just bear with it, guys. And this is the concoction that we get once everything is kind of blended, put together. Now, if you want it to be a little bit creamier, you can add some sour cream to it. I like mine at this consistency here, and guarantee you it tastes good. So now we're going to taste it, see what it tastes like. There we go, right, where's the camera? Right there. That's good, very good. It's like a mashed potato, only it's got the rutabaga taste, and it's got the sweetness of carrots, and there we go. Now you can probably see me. The sweetness of carrots. You can taste that thyme in it. You can taste all the ingredients in it. Actually, guys, I can taste the nutmeg. I can taste the paprika. It's real good. You got to try it. It's a good, healthy meal. Peace. Y'all have a great one.